sides go.
Copy that.
Tonight is the night.
Talent's on the move.
Guys, have your tickets out.
What's going on? Welcome to Comedy Central, the half hour. Put your hands together for Yannis Pappas.
Okay. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah, don't I look good? I look pretty good. I got all dressed up for this. I just moved down to Miami for my television show down there. And you been to Miami? Anyone been to Miami ever? It's kind of like if New York and LA had a baby, right? And that baby developed a coke problem. It would be Miami. But I moved down from New York, and I had like a New York body. You know what I mean? I was like 30 pounds heavier. My body looked like yogurt with hair in it. I looked like a middle relief pitcher for the Kansas City Royals. Just, I come in for one batter. I'm a lefty-on-lefty specialist. You know, you can't go down to Miami with a New York body, man. That freaks them out. Because I went to the beach for the first time, and I took my shirt off, and they were like, "What the hell is that? Why is he translucent? Why does he have weird patches of hair in strange places?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I come from a city where all that matters is your accomplishments." I didn't know we were gonna be having brunch with our shirt off every day. That's how they get down there. But it's amazing, man. Having a good time down in Miami. I did lose a lot of weight, not just because I moved down to Miami, but because I went through a breakup, and that is the best weight loss program on the market. Right? Forget about the South Beach diet. I'm writing a diet book called Thinking of Her. Just can't keep anything down right now. I learned, man, women, you guys got it easier through breakups, dude. You do, because you got girlfriends to help you through the breakup. They talk you through it. You have little breakup meetings. Your girlfriends come over. You're like, "Stacy's breaking up. You get the wine. I'll get the Sarah McLachlan. Form a circle around her. She's vulnerable right now." And then they talk you through it. Like, "Listen, girl, it wasn't the right time, okay? You guys are in different places. Maybe you'll come back together in a year like The Notebook. You never know what's gonna happen. But for right now, you need your space. You need some space." That's how women break up. I need space. That's because they don't have the balls to end it. So they just drag us along for a little while. Because they're manipulative about it. Us, we break up with you, we're a little meaner about it, but at least you know what the breakup's about, and it happens when we say it. We're at dinner with you, and you're chewing with your mouth open. You got some corn stuck in your teeth. And we're like, "I'm not dealing with that shit anymore. I'm out." Not you guys. You guys, "I need some space." What you'll do is break up with us in your head 6 months before, and then spend the next 6 months plotting your exit. And in that 6 months, you try to reverse the problem in the relationship to make us feel like it was our fault while it ended, so that you can leave guilt-free. And in those 6 months, you prod us, and you start fights, and you mess with us until we finally blow up and scream. And then you're like, "You see? You have an anger problem. I need some space right now. You always overreact. All I did was butter knife stab your dog 2 times. And you overreact like you always do. And I need some space right now." And this is what space means. I figured out what space means. This is what space means, guys. It means I need you to continue to talk to me until I find someone new. I need you to help me break up with you. And here's the rules of space. Here's the rules. If I'm feeling lonely and missing you, I can text you anytime I want. But if I'm out with my girlfriends trolling for new don't call me. Because I currently need some space right now. Girls, you got it easier, man. You got your girlfriends to help you through. We don't have anybody, dude. You got to be a man at all times. You know what I mean? You can't show any vulnerability to your boys. You just got to swallow that pain meatball all to yourself. Can't talk to anyone. You'll try to talk to strangers, though. You ever find yourself in a bar just veering stranger conversation into breakup advice? You're like, man, the Knicks, dude, they can't hit a shot. They are missing everything. Have you ever missed anybody? Do you know what that's like to miss people? Can you just tell me what this text means real quick? It's been an hour. Is she playing games with me? Finally, the pain's too much, dude. You break down, you gotta call one of your friends. You're like, look, man, I need to talk to somebody, man. Just can you please walk me through this? I really need some help. But your boys got nothing for you, do they? Every guy just says the same thing. That bitch, that's... But we live in a weird time, man. Like, I'm in my 30s, man. I'm in my 30s. I got a sneaker collection, no kids. I play video games. It's like, does anyone get the feeling like we're living through a period of extended youth, like nobody wants to grow up? Remember back in the day you saw a picture of your dad when he was 24? He had a suit on. 14 kids, already fought in 2 wars. Now you meet a 24-year-old in the street, you're like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. Nobody wants to grow up. It's weird, and I don't know how long I collect sneakers. How long am I gonna continue to do that? Like, at what age do I just get a pair of Rockport shoes like a self-respecting middle-aged white guy? Am I just gonna keep collecting sneakers till I'm in like an old folks home? I'll be like in my wheelchair with like a pair of Jordan 3s in a box that I'll only wear in bingo because there's some chick I want to bang in bingo. I just roll in like, yeah, check out those Jordans, girl. Somebody steps on them, I take my teeth out. Yo, I'm gonna mess you up. You just stepped on my Jordans. Put my teeth back in. Nobody wants to grow up, man. People are having kids later and later, right? That's how you know. Maybe because I think maybe we don't want the party to end. Maybe subconsciously we know that we made it to the end of human civilization. This could be it. I mean, how much better can it get? Nothing lasts forever. I think we made it. I think we got 10 years before the environment falls apart. I think this is it. I mean, I think we did it. There's cocaine and sushi everywhere. We did it. You can eat raw fish like a Scandinavian king on a bus driver's salary. This is as good as it gets. Maybe we're at the end. That's why women aren't having kids, man. That's a biological instinct that's now a career choice. That's how you know we're at the end, right? You used to ask a woman, like when she was 18, when do you want to have kids? She's like, well, I'm 18, so now, right now. I want to be a grandma by the time I'm 24, and then a mom again when I'm 28, if that's possible. Now you ask a woman, like, when do you want to have kids? She's like, well, let me see, I'm like 28 now, so I'm gonna drink first for 30 years. You know, then when I'm 60, I'll take some fertility drugs, and we'll create like some weird science triplets that aren't supposed to be here. Isn't it ironic when you think about it that our parents and grandparents worked so hard for us to have a better life, and now we don't want to have kids because we don't want them to ruin our life? I'm like, I cannot have kids right now. I do not have time, okay? Because I got a blog with 12 readers, so I can't. It's getting weird too if the trend continues, man. Like, I'll probably have a kid when I'm like 50, I think. And if the trend continues, that kid will have a kid when he's like 80. And then his kids will just be born to dead parents at the hospital. See a bunch of abandoned babies crawling on the hospital floor. Have to restart society like Lord of the Flies. Whichever baby bites his own umbilical cord off, you're like, that's the leader, follow him. He is an American! Industrious. It is a weird time though, dude. We can't pay attention. Nobody can have a conversation, man, because of phones. We are addicted to our phones. It's like having a crack pipe in your pocket all the time that you don't stop thinking of. It's amazing. I'm addicted to my phone. I never put it down. I hold it all day. I'll be going 90 miles an hour on the highway. I will put everyone's life at risk so I can clean out my spam email. I'll be like, these penis pill emails have to go. I cannot live comfortably the rest of my day knowing that they're in there. I'll be honest, I haven't seen a light turn green in 4 years. Right? You hear a honk from behind, you're like, I guess it's green, time to go. You ever lose your phone, that pit you feel in your stomach like someone just stole your firstborn child? You start, like, you all of a sudden, you turn into a pimp looking for his hoe with his money, just flipping furniture, like, where is this bitch? You find it, you just stroke it the rest of the day, don't ever leave me again or I will kill you. You ever try to listen to somebody while they're talking to you in person, while your phone's in your hand, and your phone starts vibrating, and they're talking, and you just start tweaking out, trying to listen? Man, somebody better die in your story real quick. Or I am about to tweet something right in your face. You ever notice when you go to lunch or dinner now, first thing people do is take out their phone and put it on the table in front of you like it's a revolver in the old Wild West? That's a threat to you. You got 10 seconds to say something interesting. I'm gonna shoot you in the face, partner. As your story slows down, they just start reaching for it. It's amazing. Because of phones, we've cured boredom. There's no such thing as boredom. A whole human emotion that used to exist doesn't exist anymore because of phones. We don't let boredom set in for 1 second anymore. When's the last time you were bored for 1 second? You were like, now got Candy Crush or something. You're sick of Candy Crush. You're like, let me find out where every sexual predator is within 20 feet. There's a lot of options. There's no such thing as boredom. You guys remember boredom? You remember back in the day? There was just nothing to do. Remember when you used to have to go back in the day, or when you wanted to take a shit, all you could do was stare at a wall? Do you remember that? I dare you to take a shit without your iPhone. Try it. You will have a panic attack on the toilet bowl. Like, what am I just supposed to stare at a shower curtain? This is bullshit. Remember back in the day, you would go to the bathroom, just go to the bathroom, 10 minutes tops, you wouldn't hang out in there? You ever in the bathroom so long you lose time? You're like, it's Wednesday, I've been in here. You ever shit so long there's no circulation in either one of your legs? Try to stand up, it feels like you got diabetes in every toe. You're just stuck there waiting with your pants around your ankles. You're like, if I'm gonna stand here and wait for the blood to return to my feet, I might as well sit back down. Finish the second season of House of Cards while I'm here. The journalism industry's in disarray, right? Gazettes keep going out of business. They got a horrible business model, right? They give you the news away free online, and then they charge you for the newspaper. How are they supposed to stay in business that way? Isn't it weird? I haven't paid for news or porn in like 10 years, but I bought like 6 bottled waters today. Something's weird. Whoever owns water is killing it. It's just backwards. Why do they keep newspapers? Don't they understand that that's antiquated? Do they not? Do they think we like newspapers? They're like, no, we got to keep the newspapers. People love it. It's not cumbersome at all. People love it. People love carrying a dirty pile of paper onto a subway car in the morning, unfolding it 18 times, holding it over your face. You got to start an article on the cover page, and then if you want to finish that article, you got to go on a treasure hunt to find the rest of it. It's like, this article's continued on section C of that guy's paper down the subway car. And you look down at your hands, it looks like you were jerking off a coal miner for 10 stops. Tipping's gotten crazy, right? I always tip, man. I tip 20% or more. Yeah, it's a hard job. I feel like we got a lot of waiters and waitresses in this audience right now. I tip a lot, man. I tip a lot. But you know what I hate? I hate when I go out to lunch or dinner with one of my friends who works as like a waiter or a waitress, because the tip is never good enough. You notice that? Because they over-sympathize with the wait staff. You could put down like $100 bill, and they're always like, you put another $100 bill on that table. You do not know what that poor girl's going through. Okay, I'm a waitress, okay? Do you know how hard my job is? It's inhumane. People treat you like garbage. Do you know how hard my job is? I work 3 days a week sometimes. Okay, sometimes I can't make it. I gotta get my shift covered. So I made a phone call to get my shift covered. Do you know how hard that is to make a phone call to get your shift covered? Do you know how hard it is to do my job? Do you know how hard it is to walk up to a table and ask that table what it wants to eat? And then walk away from that table? And let Mexicans do all the rest of the work? Do you know how hard it is to watch people work that hard? I complained at a water station for 10 minutes today. My ex was a female bartender. That was the best. She used to complain, making bank. She's like, oh, I hate my job. Guys treat you like a piece of meat. That's what they do. I hate it. I hate it so much. At a protest, I wear this little mini skirt with my titties all mashed together. At a feminine protest and solidarity for the poor treatment we get as bartenders. I hate my job. Do you know how hard it is? Sometimes I'll work 4 hours on a Saturday. It's horrible. Do you know how hard it is to do my job? Do you know how hard it is to do shots at work? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard it is to get paid $400 or $500 in untraceable, untaxable cash every night? Do you know how hard that is? Oh man, I watched the Winter Olympics. You guys watch the Winter Olympics? I tried, man, I tried. But but I can't really get into any sport where it's only white people competing, you know? Because I'm like, you know what, this sport's not being played on the highest level, you know? Also, I tried to like soccer, man, I did. Like, you know, I'm a football, baseball, basketball type of guy. But I'm like, you know, the rest of the world likes soccer, there's gotta be something I'm missing. So I sat down, I gave it a chance, I watched it, and I was like, nope, nothing I'm missing. This is a dumb sport. It's a dumb sport. A lot of problems with that sport. Sometimes a game will end in a tie. That happens a lot, 0-0. I just spent 4 hours watching the game, and the score is the same at the end as it was at the beginning. Somebody owes me $400. This sport can't end in a tie. Is it a real sport or is this a Special Olympics? What is it? Nothing happens in a soccer match. That's the problem. It's too hard to score. Nothing happens, dude. Every 10 minutes there will almost be a goal. Every 10 minutes, like clockwork, someone will almost score. Nobody ever scores. That's why soccer fans are so violent. That's why they're soccer hooligans. I figured it out, right? Because they never get a chance to celebrate at the game. So they're all pent up and frustrated, and then they leave the match and punch each other in the face because they just had gold blue balls for 2.5 hours. Think of it like this. Imagine there was a girl and she had your in her hand, and every 10 minutes she just licked it one time. You telling me after 2.5 hours of that you're not gonna punch somebody in the face? Somebody. You are gonna lose your mind. But when you criticize soccer, like Europeans get very defensive, you know? You ever notice that? Like I was talking to this Swedish guy once about it, and he was like, you don't have the right to criticize soccer because you're American. And the reason you don't like it is because your players are not good at it. And we shouldn't even call it the World Cup. We should just call it the rest of the World Cup. Because the United States is never good enough to be in it. And I was like, really, Magnus? Is that the way you want to play this right now? Do you know how lucky you are that American athletes do not find soccer appealing? Do you know what would happen if black Americans started playing soccer? There would be no World Cup. It'd be a Major League Soccer game that took place in Cincinnati, Ohio every year. And all of Europe would be our personal developmental league. Can you imagine RG3 on a soccer field? Can you imagine that game? It would be like first game of the World Cup. Be like, okay, it's Italy versus America. Here comes Italy. Here comes Fabrizio face for Italy. Fabrizio's got an open lane. He passes it to Guido. Back to Fabrizio. Fabrizio's about to score, but oh my God, here comes LaDainian Tomlinson. He's running backwards for no reason, breakdancing the whole time, juggling 6 soccer balls on each leg at a sheer boredom. He passes it to LeBron James after the steal. LeBron James, 6'8", 245 pounds, running like a deer, kicks a goal into another soccer stadium in another country to win 14 games at the same time. America 100, Italy and France, Germany -7. Guys, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Yo!
House lights go.
Copy that.
Tonight is the night.
Alan's on the move. Guys, have your tickets out.